reactions. What's the topic today? Look, you never know. It's DeeDeesReactions, real life reviews with a real one for sure.
I want to move on to this next one because this is another example of what I'm talking about. Check this out, y'all, because this is in line with the I need somebody to take me shopping. I need somebody to accept me for who and what I am. You need to not be intimidated by who and what I am. You need to take me shopping.
Take me shopping. You need to not be intimidated by who and what I am. Take me shopping. This is in
line with Miss Vivica A. Fox.
Bad Boys.
Wow.
I was into them.
I feel like Bad Boys always was liking me. And I'm like, I don't want to go to the trap house again. You know, I did a few times and it's like, it's boring in there.
Yeah, well, the trap house is where you can find me.
I love that song.
Well, I was young and dumb. I grew up, you know.
I mean, our taste changed. I was in an interview with...
Now, you heard what she said. You could find her in the trap house. Bad Boy was her. That is not new. That is typical of young women. A lot of young women were attracted to the bad boy. We know that. But somehow they don't put it all together. You don't equate that having that type has a lot to do with how you pick men in the future. How you've picked men and why you've ended up in such poor relationships. They don't equate it. And then when you get older, you run out of options because you didn't pick the right guys from the beginning. You picked the guy that all the women wanted. Most women wanted the bad guy. Most women were attracted to the bad guy. We talked about this a lot. We've experienced it, seeing it growing up. I always say, look, I wasn't attracted to the bad guy. You know what I mean? Like, but most women are. Like, you see that all these women want that same dude. So my mind, why would you go to him? Look, he gonna think he the because he got all these women after him. So he's not gonna take anybody seriously because he got all these options. The same thing, fast forward, we're saying now. The men who are considered the high value men, they have all the options. It's always been that way. You go back, the bad guy, the ones that all the women want, that's who they were attracted to. That's who they went after. So all the women are going after the same guy. It's the same thing happening. But now that these women are older and they've run out of options, now they're mad. Talking about where the good men. You never went for the good dude. You went for the bad guy. So you would think that they would be more accepting of the outcome because of their choices, but no, they're delusional. Let's continue.
With Sierra, where she like the palette changes.
Absolutely.
You know,
as you get older, you want different things out of life.
You want different things?
Yeah.
I love Whoopi's quote. She said, I don't want somebody in my house. I relate to that. I don't want nobody in my damn house.
Baby, listen to me. Now you're talking.
It's so good.
You keep talking about all these relationships. I'm like, what the last time I had? It's not even that. It's just that I have fought to find this peace that I have.
That's right.
I am. And so
right.
I protect it fiercely.
That's right.
Fiercely. Even to the point where it's like, hey girl, let's go out. If I leave my house and come to where you are, is that going to disturb my peace? Like, those are the questions I ask.
No, that is the big question for me. And anything when I'm thinking about dating is, are you going to disrupt the that's going on over here? Because I don't want no disruption. I'm cool with the getting to know and an enhancement, but I don't want any disruption. And it's like, you don't want to be so stringent because you know that, okay, there's some tips and bumps, but it's like, I'd rather just be chill with me. Like my mom used to say, I can do bad all by myself.
That part, I did a movie. You know what I mean?
Well, you can do bad all by yourself. It gets to a point where you have no other choice, ma'am.
You have no other choice, ma'am. There's no other choice. Ain't nobody checking for you. You've already made your horrible choices. You picked wrong, and this is the consequences.
This is what the part that they don't get. It's like they got a one-track mind. You don't realize that there are consequences to your choices. You chose the bad guys. So if that's what you run into the trap house, you love a good so that means that's your track record of picking those types of guys, and that's why they didn't work out, and that's why you're single. And now that is what you've accustomed to. That's what you like. And now you're setting your ways and you're saying you won't settle. But no, the type of guy that you want now is not going to settle for you because you're not what he wants. You made poor choices. If you picked a trap house dude in your younger, years, in your prime, and what if he liked you enough to say, you know what, I want to be with you. Let's do this thing. If you could have got that and he said, look, I'll marry you. Let's be together. And I only want you and let's grow together. They probably would get somewhere. But the trap house dudes don't want just you. He got the pick of the litter because all the women want him. So he's going to exercise his options. He's going to go out and do what he do because why not? Who wouldn't? So instead of you going to that and finding a guy that really would like you and y'all grow together. You keep going after the same type and you end up by your damn self. That's just all it is. But they hate to acknowledge that. You hate to accept that is the outcome and that's the consequences of you picking the way you pick. So of course now you're 50, 60 years old. Yeah, you don't want to do, ain't nobody chasing behind you like that. And the guys that probably are chasing behind you I don't think nobody should be chasing anybody. But the guys that might be interested in you are probably younger dudes who just want to ride that ride. He want to see what it's like to be with a cougar. That's it. He can't offer you nothing, and you're not willing to work with him because you're too accomplished. So you're not gonna go back down because he can't give you nothing. And what's the point of him being with you seriously? If he young, you can't give him no babies. He probably want a family at some point. He's just playing around till he find a woman that he really want to create a life with. You're not that. So while you're not settling, he's probably not gonna settle for you. He just want to play. You're just an old play toy, you know? That's it. Let's continue.
No, seriously. I literally rather just be by myself. I mean, because I'm happy.
That's right.
I just remodeled my home.
Fabulous.
And the one thing I said was I need to, if you know, the guy, whoever he is, God willing, when he comes over, he needs to know this is my house.
Okay.
And there is no space for you here. If you spend the night, pack your in your bag the next day and take it with you, because I don't even have a drawer for you.
And I feel like that sounds great.
And it's not, and
that sounds great to
it's
me.
Great.
Everything can be fun.
It can be fun. I'll meet you out.
That's right.
I'll come stay over your house. You can come stay over
cute.
mine.
My house stays clean.
That part.
Yeah, that's how I feel too. I really do. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's just because of what we've accomplished or anything like that.
That's the we've been through.
Man.
Not trying to do that again.
No.
Well, and the thing about it too that I realized is once again no accountability. With the things that you've been through, you had a hand in that. You had a hand in the things that you've been through. It wasn't all just because of the men were so bad. It's the ones that you picked. So you had a hand in that. And now, you don't want to so-called settle or deal with, what a man because of your past, your horrible choices from the past. He's always attributed to the men being just so bad, but you weren't perfect in that either. That's good because you didn't make perfect choices. You didn't make good choices, and that's the consequences of it. So now ain't nobody really checking for you that much, but at the same time, you don't want to compromise now. You don't want to do anything to build and establish a real relationship because that's not what you're used to, and it's not what the person you want to establish it with. And then this mentality of, oh my God, this my house and this and that. Well, I'm pretty sure the person that you would date probably has his house too, right? He has a place to stay. He has his own too, but he's not coming into the relationship telling you, I got my own and this my shit and this and that, because guess what? Even at that big age, you still would be expecting him to court you and pay for things for you still in the dating process, right? So if you could say, oh, this my house, this my shit, this and that. Well, if that's the type of relationship you want, then he should be able to say, okay, we two grown-ups, we at a big age, both of us. I got my own shit, you got your own. When we go out, you pay for you and I pay for me. No, that would be a turnoff to these women because you still expect chivalry. You still expect some type of traditional values from the man. You still want him to court you and date you. You still want him to go out of his way to show you how interested he is in you. He still has to prove to you that he's the type of man that you should accept. So that's going to cost time and money for him. But look how women get to talk. Oh, it's my house. He knows it's your house. You don't have to, that's not even something you have to say. And a man that's, of value is not going to be looking at your as something he's trying to make his. He's just trying to establish a relationship with you. But this is why the mentality, I say it again, successful women, especially black women, but it's not just black women, but because we talking about black women. It does not work. Anytime women become successful, oh my God, it's a recipe. When it comes to dating, it's a recipe for disaster because they gonna let you know what it do. They gonna let you know what it is, what you not gonna do and this and that. You can't just be a man interested in a beautiful woman that you like. She gonna have to let you know where it stands, but you still gonna have to cater to this independent boss chick mentality. You still gotta do this traditional, shit for this woman who is clearly not traditional and clearly don't really care anything about, oh, you can't come over and do this, you can't do this, you can't do that, it's my house, you got to go back to your. But if you say, okay, well, if that's how you want it, you got it. So we don't blur the lines, When I take you out, I'll take you somewhere. You pay and I pay. So won't blur. Then you're gonna see how sideways it start looking. You think women would be open to what men have to say because you have certain boundaries, you have certain standards as women, but they don't expect y'all to have them. You see how backwards that is? So you can say, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. This is my house. I set the rules. I want my space. I want my peace. You stay over there. But then as soon as he starts laying out his stuff, oh hell no. That's the problem.